Here to dedicate the Brecon Saline bench commemorating 50 years of the Sister City organization. I'm Bruce Westlake. I'm on the board. I think I know everybody here, but just in case. So late last year we decided that we wanted to have something to commemorate that 50 years of Sister City organization. And the board got together and decided that there should be a lasting memorial, and we settled on a bench that can be used as well as looked at. So this is what we came up with. I think what I'd like to do is first just to remember people that have passed. In 50 years, there's been a lot of people on both sides, and I tried to write them down, but undoubtedly I would have forgotten somebody, so I'm not going to go through the list of names that I know. And so we'll just take a minute. So Pat Lilly here was instrumental in getting the bench here, and I'd like him to just talk a little bit about how the bench was decided on and what it looks like.
When the idea came up for a bench, we looked at one another and said, do we want something that's going to need replacement after 25 years? And the answer was obviously no. And steel works, but not as well, even if it's coated. We thought that as you see this bench, it's made from recycled milk bottles and milk jugs. When I moved to Saline, the house I moved into had one of these benches out front. It was 10 years old then. It's now 25 years old and looks exactly the same as the day we moved into the house 15 years ago. So we thought this was a good product. It's made here in Michigan. It was delivered, installed by city employees. Thank you very much. Where are you? There you go. I was a little worried about getting installed because it was installed Wednesday and they've had it for 4 weeks. But I think Michigan Avenue has a little project going on, and they were spending their time over there was probably well spent and better spent than here. We'd like this to last 50 years. If you think that 50 years ago, in May 10th, I think, when this was formed, I was still in high school. I was 6'1". I'm only 5'11" now. But I weighed 155 pounds. A lot has happened in these two generations. One of the things I find most pleasant about this association is that for 50 years, people have picked up the mantle and moved forward. They've been committed to this partnership. And a commitment like that only comes from something that is honored and appreciated. So I think the 50 years not only stands for a longevity, but a commitment to excellence that those ahead of us have brought to the table, and we can only hope to match. We can't hope to exceed it. I'm very pleased with what's here. I hope in 50 years that my children will come and sit on it. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. I'm going to ask Marjorie Sheldon to say a few words. She's hosted Arthur Boley, who was the mayor for a long time.
I'll come over here since we're oriented this way already. Thank you everyone involved in placing this lovely bench. It is a wonderful and lasting recognition of our friendship. I think I'm bringing greetings from my husband Don, who cannot be here today. He's at a retreat with his musical group Measure for Measure, and felt he needed to do that. And since I've been involved since 1978 only, I do have a lot of wonderful memories. I think a hallmark of our particular sister city relationship, or twinning as it's called in Brecon, is the fact that it has remained a people-to-people concept throughout the whole time. It started, as we know, with the people-to-people program, and a lot of relationships such as ours are done by the governments. But our group has always been principally the people. And many of you here have been involved in a variety of ways, hosting, visiting, doing all kinds of wonderful things, maintaining our friendships through the years. We're at a time right now where we don't know what the future is going to bring. And particularly in Brecon, there doesn't seem to be a core group ready to keep this going. Here, we all are charged up saying, what can we do? Well, I think we have a wonderful reason to hope for the future of the Saline Brecon sister city relationship. And that is, throughout the years, we have really had a lot of exchanges around musical groups. Some of you have been parts of that, and I think the first time I saw a real big group from Brecon was when their choir came, and I didn't know what the heck that was all about. That was really fun. And then Measure for Measure has been there. They have hosted choirs here. One of the big things in our family was, I think it must have been in 1993 when the high school band went to Brecon, and we were fortunate that my daughter was a senior that year and our son was a freshman, so they got to go together, and that was super special. I mention that not because of its personal aspects, but because I think the exchanges like that, which involve so many people, and people who went there, but also people who have hosted here, and we've had to reach out beyond our little core group of folks to house folks. There are a lot of people in the age range of my children in their 30s, 40s, who are just ripe for the picking to re-energize the group here. And I'm hopeful that the excitement that they remember from their visits will go on and carry this group forward. Thank you all. I think this is a special day, and it's wonderful.
Thank you, Margaret. I'd like to ask Brian Marl to say a few words. Mayor of Saline. Thanks, Brian.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to be very brief, but I want to first thank Bruce and the committee for organizing this and inviting me, and Pat, appreciate your leadership on this as well, very much, so thank you. This is a very special occasion, and as Bruce has said, as Mrs. Shelton has said, the Brecon-Saline connection is very important and very special. And I seem to be using that verbiage a lot lately, but it's not just a glib throwaway phrase, it's true. It's not just a relationship between governmental units, but as Mrs. Sheldon said, people to people. And there are a lot of special and important memories. And I'm particularly appreciative, Bruce, that you chose to recognize all those who are no longer with us, and those who aren't with us today who have helped to nurture and move this relationship forward during the 50 past years. Excuse me. It's really exceptional, and this is really a great thing. And I think it's marvelous that we're going to have a bench that all of our citizens can enjoy in this marvelous park that helps to celebrate and honor that very special relationship. So again, it's an honor to be with you. I should remind everyone that in the mayor's office is that beautiful decanter that Mayor Beach was presented with almost, well, not quite 50 years ago, but about 45 years ago, that celebrates that special relationship that I talked about. And that decanter was MIA for about 10 years, but it returned to the mayor's into the mayor's possession, and it's on display at my office at City Hall. And there's a companion bottle of Scotch whiskey that I can honestly say I haven't tried that goes with the bottle. So if you're in City Hall, come visit me, take a look at that decanter, like this bench. It's a great symbol of how special this relationship is and how much it means to this community and also to Brecon, Wales. And with that, Bruce, thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else like to say something before we unveil?
Yes.
Dottie Barney.
There are probably a few things that most of you don't know about our twinning for the last 50 years. We have always been a people-to-people exchange, and as it stands right now, there are sister cities all over the country, but we are the oldest people-to-people exchange in the country, and so that's a pretty special thing.
Are we ready? All right. Too late.